Well, hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here, and today I'm at the Carolina Beach State Park because I'm going to start my journey off here today, my vlog, to try to answer a question that I hear quite often over the years. Is like, what do you do at the beach in the wintertime? Like, what do you do when it's too cool to get into the ocean? Well, I'm going to do my best today to show you some points of interest, kind of things I like to do in the off season to have a little bit of fun. And the good thing about this, none of it costs any money. All you have to do, you might have to walk a little bit, but just show you a few little interesting things to do in the off season when it's a little cooler, you can't get in the water. So by all means, come with me. Let's go see what we can see today. So here we are at the Flytrap Trail. So this is a great trail to see some of the carnivorous plants growing in the wild. I really like this trail a lot. It's something cool to do. And even though this trail was probably at its best in the spring months, like anywhere from March to June is like really the best time to come, we're still going to walk back there and kind of look and see if what we can see. But this is a great place to come just for something to do and something neat to see in the wild that you can't see anywhere, because these plants grow natively here. And I think this is like one of the only places here on the East Coast that these like Venus flytraps and these carnivorous plants will actually grow. So the yellow pitcher plant is one that's really close by, so we're going to walk over there real quick and I'm going to show you where it grows, and maybe there's some old stalks left behind that you can see to get a kind of a feel of what you're going to be looking for. So let's walk that way. So right here is the parking area down here at the boat launch area where we're at, and if we turn around, right here is the entrance to the trails, and they have a couple of different options. We have the Flytrap Trail, which is pretty cool because Venus flytraps are actually native to this area here in North Carolina. And it's only 0.4 miles down that trail. And then we have the campground, which is only 0.7 miles. And then Sugarloaf is a 1 mile hike in this direction here. And that is a wonderful hike on a cooler day. I've made it in the middle of summer. You're going to sweat a lot. Sometimes mosquitoes can be a problem because you do go through certain parts of the trail. There's kind of swampy areas, but it is an awesome hike to go out to Sugarloaf. Sugarloaf is like this little small mountain, which is so bizarre being at the beach because, you know, the beach is very flat ground. There is no mountains down here. But Sugarloaf, for whatever reason, has, I don't know, maybe a 50-some foot elevation change. So you will be on top of this little Sugarloaf mountain back there, and you get this beautiful 360-degree view of the Cape Fear River on the backside island. It's very beautiful. It's worth the walk back there. It's very nice. So highly recommend that. That being said, let's go take a little shorter walk over here to the Flytrap Trail, and I can try to show you where some of the carnivorous plants are located at. First thing I want to show you about the Venus Flytrap Trail, because I know a lot of people like buying them and have them at their house. Don't get no ideas to come here to try to poach the Venus flytraps, because this area is under video surveillance, okay? And it is a felony, as the sign says, so don't even do it. Just come back here and just be happy you can see them in nature, okay? That's a little service announcement from the Hitchhiking Yeti. So now let's continue on. While we're walking back here toward the carnivorous plant site where they grow, I do want to give you a little bit of a pro tip. If you walk back here in the warmer months, for some reason you just want to go see some plants, highly advise some kind of bug repellent, like off or something like that, because I was back here in July and I've never seen so many mosquitoes in all my life. I mean, they were just everywhere, and I had nothing on, no protection or anything. I literally come out here, took a little video of the plants. It was something I was uploading, I think, on my Instagram or TikTok or something like that, and then I hightailed it back. So I did it early in the morning, and this place was just riddled with mosquitoes. And I mean, the video was shaky because I was so avidly like smacking it myself. So little tip, make sure you put on that insect repellent, don't be like me that day. All right, friends, here we go. They have this nice little boarded, it's like a little pier that sits on top of this little marshy area. And this is actually where you can see the Venus flytraps and some of the carnivorous plants. And they have a little scan right here. If you do see them, you can put them on Instagram with that tag, Fire in the Pines 22. So we'll walk over here, and this is where you're going to see those yellow pitcher plants. And as you can see, they're already starting to die off a little bit, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool. If you come down here in the spring, at the latest June, they're blooming, and they are really, really awesome to see, and they're pretty cool. You got all kind of plants down here. I don't really see some of the other ones right now. I think it's just too late in the season, but the pitcher plants always, their stalks are always kind of left behind. So now we have made our way over to the Carolina Beach Greenway, which is a great path for bicycle riding, walking. It's like kind of a nature trail, and this is something that I really enjoy doing in the cooler months, because you're not sweating to death out here as you walk this trail. A lot of cool things. You don't really have to worry about gators too much this time of year, because sometimes you can see an alligator from time to time on the banks of the water area right there. So yeah, this is another great choice. Very peaceful back here, and you will meet quite a few people who likes to walk this trail or ride bicycles back here. So a lot of fun, good option. All right, friends, so I parked my scooter. Right here's the Greenway Trail behind me, and this is like one of my favorite places to come, because as you see, they have some benches back here where you can take advantage of the beautiful weather, and you have this nice little, it's like a pond or lake back here, and it's just peaceful back here. It is so nice and quiet, and this is one of my places I like to come and just hang out, just because it is so peaceful. So let's go see what else we can get into. As we're riding along the Greenway, we happen to come across this little fishing pole, and you got these little frogs sitting out here. I thought that was kind of cute. So as we make our way toward the end of the Greenway here, we're getting a little bit closer to Kure Beach. I decided that we were going to go ahead and take our scooters and just ride on down to Kure Beach Pier, because Kure Beach Pier is actually a great spot to go in the fall and the springtime when it's a little cooler, because that's when the fishing is the best. And the fishing will actually run from north to south in the fall months. So it's a prime time to do a little fishing. And now we are headed down Lake Park Boulevard, or 421 South, toward Kure Beach, and we should be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And right now we're registering 10 miles an hour. I love these houses here at Kure Beach. They are so beautiful, gorgeous. Normally I'm driving by here, can't really look at them, but right now I'm on my scooter. I have a little bit extra time, and I really enjoy taking a look. Look at all the beautiful colors. I think that's the thing I like the most about some of these beach homes down here, is just the color combos they got going on. It really pops, and it just makes you smile. Especially this big old purple one right here. All right, we have made it down here to the Kure Beach fishing pier area. What's better? Anytime you can go fishing, and there's a lot of people fishing here today, so the fishing must really be good. I kind of turned the camera around, let you check it out. Look how many people are on the pier today. Now this is like, at the time of this recorder, we're talking early October. This is probably about the October 12th or 8th actually. Look at all those people. And here's another pro tip. If you do come down here and do some fishing, you notice they're all on this side. This is the north side, the closest side to us. The reason they're on that north side of the pier is because when the fish in October months, when they're traveling from north to south to the warm water, because our water's cooling down, right? The fish will actually come down the beach, and when it gets to that pier, they won't go through the pier. They will actually go like around the pier. but they will not like go around and then go down the south side of the pier. They will go along the northern side all the way down to the tip of the pier, and then they will just stay out in the ocean and keep swimming south. So that's why you see in the fall months all these people on the north side of the pier. That's the reason. In the spring it's the opposite. You will see everybody on the southern facing side of the pier, because now the fish are coming from the south, coming north, following the warm water north of the Gulf Stream. So if you didn't know, now you know. So next thing I want to do, since we come down here and we checked out the pier, the next thing I would like to do is another little hike, which we need to go down to Fort Fisher to do this part. So let's go. All right, friends, we have made our way down to the Fort Fisher recreation area. Right here behind me is like the beach access area where they have like showers and bathrooms, things like that. And if you go on past here and go straight, it will take you straight down to the aquarium. The North Carolina Aquarium is at the end of Loggerhead Road. That's another place you can go and visit at any time of the year, but it does cost money, and I'm trying to show you things to do that doesn't cost any money. But if you want to spend a little bit of money, you can go down there. I think it's $11 to get in to the North Carolina Aquarium. So that being said, let's push forth while we are here at the recreation area here at Fort Fisher. There is a trail here that's called the Basin Trail, and this trail will actually lead you to an overlook, a scenic overlook of the marshland, and it is simply beautiful. And something else that's really cool, if you have a four-wheel drive vehicle, you can come out here and take a ride out on the beach, which is really cool. So as you see, you can pull in right here and you have a code that you can buy at a gas station to give you a permit, and you take this trail out here on the beach, and you can do a little bit of driving if you got a four-wheel drive vehicle. But we're not here for that. No, we're right here for the Basin Trail. World War II bunker is 0.8 miles away. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that if you don't know what that is or why that's a marker of importance on this trail. And then the observation deck is 1.1 miles. So let's get walking. So I must say, this is one of my favorite hikes here on Pleasure Island. I love this trail. It is just so peaceful back here, and I really love the beginnings of it. Even in the summertime, I will walk this trail just because of what it gives me in just the nature and the beauty of it. And I really enjoy this. I mean, look at all this foliage. It provides plenty of good shade even in the summer months, and normally you have a little bit of a breeze because you're not even 100 yards from the ocean right here, so you have a lot of nice little breeze blowing through, and it feels really good, and it is just very peaceful and pretty. And look at this little bridge up here. We are entering the marshlands. So right here we have some signage, pedestrian beach to the left, down that path if you want to walk out to the beach. But we're going to stay on the Basin Trail, so we're just going to go this direction. Okay, let's talk about the World War II bunker and why it's on that sign. So we are making some good time. Right there you see the signage. World War II bunker is 0.3 miles ahead. Observation deck 0.6. So let's get back to this World War II bunker and let's talk about it a little bit. So why would you think they would have a World War II bunker? What significance would that have on this trail? Because World War II wasn't fought here in the United States. Now they could have built a bunker, like preparing maybe if stuff happened, they wanted a bunker, bomb shelter, whatever out here to protect yourself right here on the Atlantic Ocean with, a battleship or whatever might come down through here. I understand that, but it didn't happen. So there's no real significance for that to be on there unless you know the history to it. So it has nothing to do with World War II at all, actually. The bunker itself, there was a man by the name of Robert Harrell, also known to many around here as the Fort Fisher Hermit. And he lived in this bunker for I think over 10 years. I know, if I remember correctly, it was over 10 years. It might be closer to 15 years up until he died. But anyway, that's why this bunker has a little significance to it, and that's why it's on that sign. It ain't because of World War II. It's because of the man that lived in it and called that his home for over 10 years out here in the middle of this swamp. Look at this place, right? I mean, there's nothing at all. It's just nature, and he lived out here. As I am making my way across this walkway here that's quite lengthy, one reason why I know a lot about the Fort Fisher Hermit, and the reason I guess this trail means so much to me, about a year ago when we kicked off this Hitchhiking Yeti YouTube channel, this was the first real attempt at a vlog that I did, you know. And if you want to know a little bit more about the Fort Fisher Hermit, we will put a link down in the description below, and you can go check out my first attempt at a vlog right here on the Hitchhiking Yeti. I remember how nervous I was, but I did it. I swung for it, man. I tried to do the best job I could in that video. I didn't have no nice, you know, Canon G7X Mark II camera or anything like that like I have now, but I just did it on my cell phone, and my wife edited it and we put it out there. And I remember being so nervous when she hit that upload button, but that was the start of this channel. And here we are a year later, and I'm returning almost a year exactly. It's pretty close, within a month, a few weeks of each other probably, but here I am walking out this same path as I did almost a year ago, or right at a year ago. And we're going to go check out this bunker, and then we're going to do the observation deck, and then that's going to be that. So we're almost there. I'll show it to you right here in the next few seconds. All right, so observation deck is straight on that direction, and then World War II bunker is back this way, and right there it is in the view. Are you ready for the reveal of the home of the Fort Fisher Hermit? Well, here you go. How cool is that? It's pretty awesome. But he lived back here for all those years. And they even got a little placard that I even show in my video. Right there's his name, Robert E. Harrell, the Fort Fisher Hermit. It's got a little information on there about him. You know, he called this deserted World War II bunker from 1956 to 72. So like I said, if you would like to know more about him and see my video in a little bit more detail, we will put a link in the description below to that very video. And it was pretty cool. So that being said, there is the bunker. Let's move on to the observation deck. But I cannot walk this trail and not talk about that, because there have been books written about that man, and like they've done some TV shows on him on like PBS and stuff like that, like history channels like here in North Carolina about local heroes and stuff. But Fort Fisher Hermit, pretty cool. And here we are, we made it to the observation deck. Not too bad of a walk. You can still see a lot of straw that was blown in during the flooding during Hurricane Ian. Even though here in North Carolina we did not receive any hurricane force winds, but tropical storm force for sure. So we have some signage right here. This is actually called Zeke's Island Reserve, though. It's, you know, that we're looking over this basin, and let's go take a look at it. Zeke's Island Reserve is actually what this is called. And you can actually see some cars there off in the distance. That is the boat ramp. That's like the end of Highway 421 right there. And then right over here is the Basin. And then they have like a rock walk that goes all the way over to this island right here in the middle of the screen. That's Zeke's Island, which I used to walk over there quite a bit, but they got kind of strict on letting people walk across the rocks to go out there. So when the United States Army tells you, puts a sign up and says you don't walk across this because this is their property, yeah, you kind of listen to them. So now I'm standing here on the observation deck, which is, it elevates you off the ground a little bit and give you a little bit more, a better view of the reserve and the basin. It's really, really nice out here. Nice breeze. If it's too much wind noise, I go ahead and apologize. Kind of just pan around to give you an idea. It's low tide right now, so the water level is a little bit lower than normal. But this is a great place to come in the off season or any day you just want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the beach. It's very beautiful out here. All right, I'm about at the halfway point on my way back, and this is a good time, unfortunately, to say goodbye. I appreciate you watching the video today. I hope it helps you out on your future visits here to Pleasure Island. Even in the off season, there's always something to do. So I had a great time. I hope y'all enjoyed watching today's video, and until next time, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti. And oh yeah, by the way, there's this little button on there. If you've never subscribed to this channel before, by all means hit it. It's free, it costs you nothing. Put a comment down below if you have a comment. Give it a big old thumbs up if you like today's content. Till next time, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti. I will see you friends in the next video. Y'all stay safe. You know, I always tell people that I love YouTubing. It's a lot of fun. This is one time where I don't love it. I'm walking back after a video shoot and you're in a big old sandy place of nowhereness, and this is not fun. This sand is like extremely hard to walk in these shoes. I mean, it's tennis shoes, but come on, man. I need to dress more accordingly. I wouldn't be annoyed right now with the sand that is getting inside of my sock or my shoe. I want to rub the back of my ankle. That's a problem, you know. Just saying, we're gonna have to cut down on this beach walking stuff unless I'm barefooted. Yeah. But the problem with this walk, you have to have shoes for a lot of it, or the crabs will just eat your toenails off. See all those people over there? They know I'm struggling. I waved at him, said, "Hey, can you give me a ride?" He tooted his horn and said, "Hey." I'm like, no man, I wasn't waving to say hey. I was like, can you give me a ride to the recreation area? I mean, come on. Like, I ain't picking that nerd up. What the heck? What the heck's he doing with that camera?